So welcome to Friday's session here, a sound mind session at the Lighthouse. Our first Friday gathering for the season of autumn. And for today's muse, I'd like to take a big lean into the bottom bone of what it means for us as practitioners to come into the ground of reality. Reality is offering us a ton of grist for the mill right now, right? There's so much fodder for transformation at absolutely every level. So this muse of honesty. Honesty is no doubt one of the hallmarks of the successful and the confident person. Honesty is. You will always find it in the fertile ground of that being. The successful and confident person has mastered honesty in the same way that a swordsman has mastered fencing. And honesty could be seen as a kind of outer diagnostic for our ability to come to ground with reality, which is one of the most challenging grounds to attain, right? It's the field in which we are dwelling. It's the living, breathing frontier that we're in. And with the way that the world is right now, it's very easy to want to numb out or to desensitize and to not fully feel the reality of what is. So I want to use today's technologies to pull away from the mantle of numbness and to move more courageously and honestly into this moment. So honesty, it's not about, revealing some foundational truth that's going to give us power over ourselves or over anybody else. It's a kind of robust incarnation. Honesty is. It's a robust incarnation into the unfolding, unknown vulnerability of existence. So just taking a moment to tune into that so that we can use these moments wisely and fully to come alive in a big, beautiful way. So this week we've been doing this oscillations of compassion meditation technique, and we're going to do it again today before we lay it down for the week and move on to other things next week. So you're going to create mudra with each of the hands. You're going to create the same mudra with each of the hands, and this is a mudra that is helping us to cultivate a fearlessness, to cultivate courage, to cultivate the courage that allows us to look reality honestly square in the eye. So you're going to fuse, it's a little bit Star Trek-y, you're going to fuse the index and middle fingers together, and you're going to fuse the ring and pinky fingers together, and then you're going to ignite the thumbs and then energize. So there's no doubt the felt reality of electricity moving through both of the hands. And I'm hoping that my arms and hands are visible in the field. So I'm going to begin by reaching my arms out. I'm going to have my right hand with the thumb pointing up and my left hand with my thumb pointing down. And then I'm going to quickly, you can definitely see, I can just peer my tiny little thumbnail of myself. You can definitely see my left hand oscillating and know that my right hand is doing the very same thing in the live stream screen. So I'm oscillating back and forth and back and forth, oscillating while uplifting through the spine. This is definitely a keystone practice for the nervous system. We're going to look at the tip of the nose and we're going to do breath of fire, okay? So go ahead and create this shape and recognize that this mudra and the oscillations of it is helping you move from any sort of lockdown thought form of excessive worry into your warrior heart that is infused and therefore emanating boundless metta, boundless loving kindness for whatever reality is serving you right now, whether it's gain or loss or some kind of ambiguity and neutrality in the midline, to have boundless compassion and presence, undefended presence. So I'm going to just quickly cue up some, I've laid down a bunch of tracks of me singing mantras so that I can do the practice with you. So this is the medicine Buddha mantra, attain. So we're pulling in a bunch of healing with this mantra. So if you haven't started already, join with me. Keep it going. Even if I stop and talk to you, keep it going. We are in the fires of transformation right now. Life can either, scorch us or transform us. And that's what's happening in all of these transformational fires. And now is the time that we are teaching our bones the songs that we want for them to sing when we finally lay our bones down. Irradiate your mind with the sound technology of the mantra. This is an old science, and it gets deep down into the subtext of the subconscious patterning. Let the mantra penetrate to the center of every cell. Because it really is about the degree of your attunement that allows you to show up in the way that you want to show up in your life. The degree of attunement. Use the meditation to attune. Stay in it. I know it's challenging. You're probably feeling a lot of heat in your field, and that is so good. Just want to bring Einstein under the big tent here with us for a second, especially as we're working with this polarity practice and the capacity to find neutrality. He said that the most important decision that you can make is whether you believe that you live in a hostile or friendly universe. It's one of the most important decisions that you can make. This is helping us to make the right decision, right? A couple more. Good. And then bring the practice to a close. Inhale. Bring your hands to your belly. Feel the dantian, the lower dantian. And just rest for a metabolic moment in the face of chi. In the face of chi, feeling the life force bubbling like a well in your body. So you're gonna use we've been doing a lot of this week. This is super good for our biology as we are transitioning from summer into autumn. We're using the inner blade edges of the hands, and we're gonna knock on the doors of life. So we're getting into the kidney area. I don't know if you can see it in the mirror. We're getting into the kidney area. We're going up and down, knocking on the doors of life. Just do this for a second. Get a little bit more heat and transformational tapas going in your body. This is all about embodied leadership. The world needs for us to show up as leaders in the ways in which we know that we can in the spheres of influence that we're presencing in. So that you can think with your whole body and you can move with your whole mind. This is embodied leadership. Open up all the gates as you knock on the doors of life in the back body. Inhale. And then with some sound, bringing the sound mind meditation into it, exhale with a little bit of a sigh. Good. When you realize that you are nothing, you are wisdom. And when you realize you are everything, you are love. Take this moment before we move on to the next meditation to bear witness to that in your feeling mind, in your feeling body. Undefended presence, out of numbness, and into the field. So we've also been doing this meditation a lot this week. This is a beautiful meditation called finessing transitions, and there's a lot of that going on right now. So this breath technology is going to help you stay out of the traffic jam of your thinking mind. And the thoughts are absolutely going to be auditioning for your awareness. But the thing is if you deprive those thoughts arising of the key ingredient that they need, which is your attention, then they will subside again into emptiness, giving you access, giving you the keystone to the stable mind, the quiet mind, even the empty mind. I dare say even maybe a glimpse of no mind, okay? So just stay out of the traffic jam. You're going to bring your right hand, palm cupped, into the palm cup of the left hand. Okay, so it looks like this. And you're going to inhale all the way down into the kidneys, which are vibrational right now because you are just knocking on the doors of life. So you're breathing into the back of the kidneys, into the bottom of the kidneys, and then you're going to make an O shape with the mouth and blow into the palms of the hands. So you'll feel the wind, okay? What's happening when you exhale like this? You are letting go of any of the actions or attitudes, any of the beliefs, concepts, or opinions that are, or outlooks that are handicapping you from practicing inclusivity, from practicing self-forgiveness, from practicing the power and privilege of innovation, which I know we're also interested in this community. So before we get into it for the next few deep moments, we're going to linger in this one a little bit. I want you to ask yourself, go ahead and create the mudra and hover it in front of your sternum. This is an energetic marma. It's a crossroad and it has a lot to do with your personal codices for commitment and for willpower and for perseverance with your practice of truth. So hover it right there. And I want to poise a couple of questions for you that might be of service in this letting go breath technology. So where in your life have you maybe been stalling over finishing things? What are you looking to begin as this season is at the beginning, at the starting line? What do you need to get rid of that can be emotionally and energetically, can be in the matrix of your thoughts, and it can also be in your closets. What do you need to get rid of? It could even be a relationship, I dare say, a situation or circumstance. What do you need to get rid of in order to make new space? And what negative thoughts are preventing you from growth? Okay, so there's just a few muse points. So I'm going to do it with you. And I really could think of no better mantra than the Mahamritan Jaya mantra to practice this too. Enjoy. Go as deep as you can. Lower your bucket deep into the nourishing waters. Let there be a slight whistling sound on your exhalation. And at the completion of your out-breath, pull your abs back and lift them up. Okay? Embodied leadership. Find the full stature, the full power of this instrument in the world that is you. Let it strengthen and stabilize your nervous system. Emphasize enough the flourish in the abdominal cave. Really explore that. And each time you go into it will trust you more, and it will allow you to discover more and therefore move more. Work with the internal force. Engage, draw in all of the threads at the pelvic floor, and then pull that energy up into the brain of the belly, and then pull it back to the tree of life that is your spine, and up towards the diaphragm and the heart, the roof of the mouth and the crown of the head. Explore that. It is most remarkable practice that you can have in your belt for dis-ease prevention, whether that's mental or physical. Dis-ease prevention, to have the capacity to finesse the organs that are working so hard to keep you alive in the way in which you are. Stay in it for a few more moments. Presencing chaos into beauty, weaving that through all of the subtexts. Use the breath technology to stay out of the traffic jam and to be your own healing helpmate. Two more times. Finding the North Star of your essential awareness. The North Star of your essential awareness. Not the shape of the star, but the heart of the star. Find that. And then bring the practice to a close. Moving right along. So nourishing the kidneys practice with a lion's roar. So it's simultaneously it's going to feed and tonify, and it's also going to purify. The lion's roar is purifying at the level of the blood, and then physically, when you stick your tongue out, like we're going to here in a moment, and it's the good news is that you're in the privacy of your own room, or maybe you have an office mate, I'm not sure. But when you stick your tongue out like so, and you actually are stretching that cord on the bottom of the tongue, that has an incredible and an immediate effect on your nervous system. And it's a keystone practice for your nervous system, this breathing practice. Everything that we're doing today is so good for your nervous system. Remember, when we meet together for these integrative practice meditations, they're short form. We only have 30 minutes. But if you feel like they speak to you, hold on to them. Not at the level of, always tuning in for a replay necessarily, but hold on to them in the sense that you keep trying it on. And maybe you do this one thing for 30 minutes. Maybe you do this one thing for 60 minutes. And I promise you the rewards are incredible. The results are immediate, and they will affect every facet of your life. These technologies, they do. So watch, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to inhale and then exhale, and then bring the energy around, and then bring the hands to the kidneys. Lift up through the spine, pull the shoulder blades down, hang the head back, and then here is where you'll do the lion's roar. So I've inhaled, and I'm going to exhale. And then I'm going to close my mouth and restore my gaze to look forward. Good. So that, I'm going to do it with you. I'm so glad this mantra came on. This is a prosperity mantra. So really let it help you to work with your life force energy, because the key, if you ask me, the primary key for all expression and experience of prosperity, not just the monetary type, is life force. And if your life force is stagnant, like dirty water, you're going to wade through difficulty after difficulty, right? But if your life force is vibrant and it's dynamized and it's moving, you will be able to identify and harness the opportunities that will generate prosperity in your life. Okay? And this mantra is all about it. And the hypnotic, rhythmic, percussive, melodic structure of the way I'm singing it is a perfect way to get into the subtext, this rhythm. Okay, so let's do this together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Roaring too soon. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Inhale. Exhale. Go Inhale. Exhale. Let it all out. Let it all out. Everything that's been holding you back. Use the lion's roar. It's powerful medicine. Let it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Whatever is still in there that needs to get out of there, let it out on this roar. Hold nothing back. Hold nothing back. And even in all of its ferocity, that lion's roar, go ahead and break the meditation and just rest. Hands in the lap. Even in all its ferocity, that meditation is invoking a most remarkable beauty. And beauty catalyzes transformation. It invites transformation, but it almost even more appropriately said, demands transformation. And therefore it alchemizes us. Breathing in what just alchemized, and recognize how the witnessing of the beauty within you takes you to something that is deeper than your doubts, and that is definitely bigger than your holding back. Deeper and bigger. Higher and wider. And more here now. So tune into the North Star, your North Star. It's in your heart, it's in your mind. In your heart and in your mind, and in the center of every cell. Practice helps us to dig down deep and to activate our ability to deliver loving kindness further and wider, deeper than our blood ties to deliver loving kindness further and wider and deeper than our passion projects, further and deeper and wider than our professional obligations, and further and deeper and wider than even what evolution is requiring of us. Because you get aligned, you get attuned with the deathless part of who you are. Incorruptible, no matter what. So in a way of honoring inclusivity, in a way of honoring our diversity, I give you 3 bows in the face, in the presence of chi, in the face and in the presence of we, not me. We, not me. Tattvamasi. In India, they say Tattvamasi. I am that. I am you. You are me. In Africa, they say Ubuntu. I am because you are. You are because I am. We, not me. And in South and Central America, they say in Lakesh. You are my other. You are my other. I am your other. We, not me. Honoring you, each of you here live, everybody in the replay, honoring you in the face of Chi. Satnam. Namaste.